Let's go.
MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure to hit that notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Dr. Disrespect once again. So if you guys have not had a chance to check out my previous videos on Dr. Disrespect, from when the allegations surfaced to when he basically admitted to what had happened, now we've come full circle to this right here. So this is something that I want to say at the beginning part of this video because it is very important. So a lot of people, when he made that tweet where he basically self-admitted he did something very bad, a lot of people started just playing hard defense for this guy, going, well, we don't really know how inappropriate things got. We have to define inappropriate. It's like, wait, what? No, that's disgusting, people. That's gross, okay?
Now, yeah, the sweep game for this guy has been pretty ridiculous.
Then you had people saying, well, this girl was 17. First of all, that's not, we don't even know if that's true. That was just a made up number by people. It was like this weird Mandela effect thing. People just said the number and everyone just went with it. People have to factor in, if this happened when she was 17, that's also really bad. And if she's younger, because we know she wasn't over 18, that's even worse. This woman could have been younger. And this guy literally self-admitted, hey, I'll bring the tweet up for you guys right now. The most important part that everyone conveniently started sweeping for this guy. Okay, so he literally says this: were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. Why was he messaging her then? I'm pretty sure all us guys have messaged girls, obviously of age, and we started hitting on them and things got a little flirty back and forth. Those intentions are to either have sex, or you meet up and have sex, or have fun. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Okay, see, this right here is disgusting and not in any way excusable. Too much in the direction of being inappropriate. Remember, this is with a minor, people. That is not good. And then the only thing that people said that could even be somewhat of an excusable defense for this guy, even though this is really, really bad, was that, well, what if he didn't know she was a minor? Okay, so yeah, that'd be the only defense, because if you actually didn't know that, you really can't fault somebody for some shit they didn't know. That is understandable. But nobody knew that. Remember, he never, in this thread, in his big giant tweet, he never said, I was led on. He never said he didn't know the age, okay? All the stuff that people said that would be excusable defenses, like legitimate ones, he never mentioned that stuff. He never mentioned any of that. People were just making that up for him. All that. You know, I get it. Like, the left has had a fair share of fucking creepy weirdos. That doesn't mean we just start sweeping for this guy. Like, I'm just saying, like, he literally self-admitted what he got essentially banned for. Now, the Twitch employee talked about the, like, he was set. Okay, so it was proven in a court of law, essentially, that he didn't sext anybody. Okay, so that's like the other bad stuff. He didn't do that, but he did inappropriately talk to a minor, and the conversations leaned that way. Okay, that's also really bad itself. Okay, so he didn't go all the way. That's
the thing. What is inappropriate? Because that seems like there's a lot of things you can type into like inappropriate. Because look at it from this perspective, right?
Yeah.
Them just talking can be inappropriate, right? Because he's 40 years old and she's 17, so they can be talking about, like, you know, the latest episode of Big Bang Theory. You're like, so why are you talking to a minor about like a terrible television show, right? That could be viewed inappropriate in and of itself. Was he making any kind of sex-related jokes with this underage person, someone who probably should have been making jokes about? Is that what goes into like inappropriate? Was he just like going around like swearing up a storm, like there was like a Def Jam comedy like roast video or something like that? Like what is the inappropriate part? Because You're fessing up to something that, okay, I had contact with the 17-year-old, but if what you were doing clearly wasn't, there was no problem with what you were doing, you would just come out and say it. It's like, oh yeah, okay, I was talking to like the 17-year-old, but look, I didn't say anything sexual, I didn't say anything inappropriate, like we just had like DM conversations back and forth, and that's it. Like it seems like there's something in here that crossed a line at some way and form that he had to come out and make this statement like in the first place. Because if it truly was just like people just making a bigger deal out of it, he could have easily just said, hey, look, guys, I know what you guys are thinking. Nothing like that ever happened with this individual, and I can prove it. They're not doing that. So something happened here. A line was crossed at some point. So the question is, what was the line?
Keep in mind, all the stuff that people said that could be excuses for him that would be pretty much legitimate if he didn't know the age. He didn't mention any of that stuff. People just, I shit you people not. He made all of you guys who are watching this saw people make that up. We don't know the girl's age. That's made up. He himself admitted some inappropriate things did kind of happen. People said define inappropriate. Gee, I wonder what he was talking to this girl for, the good of his fucking health. I don't talk to women for their opinions. I'm just being honest here. You know?
Yeah.
Like, we're guys, we talk to women, obviously of age. We're not this guy. What do you think it leans towards? What do you guys think this was about?
It has to be something like sexual, right? Because here's what I think. Like, because here's the thing. There's a lot of people, and you see this a lot with like streamers and like people like YouTubers who like get big like really, really fast and become famous, and they have some conversations with people. Now, out of context, those conversations could be inappropriate, right? Like, for example, you can take some of the DMs that I've sent over the last several years and come to the conclusion that, oh, I may have said something racist or sexist or blah, 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 homophobic, whatever the case may be, right? Now, if these comments ever got released to the public, I would say, yeah, I said them, but it's like I'm not gonna like hide from like anything that I've said, right? There's nothing I've said in a DM that it ever got leaked. I'm gonna be like, oh, I never said anything like that. It's like, yeah, okay, I said it in the context of talking to an individual here. So it couldn't have been something like, oh, he said something that was offensive or something that was deemed offensive, and then that's the reason why he's in this whole conversation, right? Because you can play off like an offhand like comment every now and then. It's like, hey, look, I was just talking to somebody privately. I made a couple of comments. Yeah, people got offended by, but it's like it wasn't like I was trying to make it to a group of people. I was just this one person who I was talking to, right?
I want to make sure I point out in here, he could have literally said, hey, I didn't know this person's age and I was misled. He didn't mention that. People are thinking those are key pieces of evidence that if this would happen to anybody else, you would mention, because those are key pieces of context. Context matters because it shapes how you would think about a situation. He doesn't mention any of that. Those are the most important things here, right? So then it came out from Slasher, a Rolling Stone article, and these are the best parts of it that I gathered because you have to kind of pay for Rolling Stone, and I'm not obviously doing that. So Dr. Disrespect knew the victim he was messaging was underage and indicated to them it was no problem. A former Twitch employee confirmed.
Now, here's the other question. They call this person a victim. Victim of what? Because a victim implies that there was a crime that took place. But no one's alleging, like, what is this individual a victim of? Are they a victim of receiving inappropriate messages? What inappropriate messages are like? This is the problem. Like, there's a lot of vague language in between here, and I feel like that someone, I don't know if it's on Dr. Disrespect's side or Twitch's side, someone's upholding a very key piece of information here that would make this whole thing make far more sense. But because that reveal is going to hurt somebody, whether it's on Dr. Disrespect's camp or on Twitch's camp, nobody really wants to tell you the whole story, what truly happened here.
This thing is, Twitch is even worse. I hate people that are sweeping for Twitch right now. They're like, well, Twitch protected the victim. Yeah, by not telling everybody this guy inappropriately then messaged a minor for the latter of 4 years.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, let's not paint Twitch as the hero. They literally have a platform and like women have their tits out in front of like 3-year-olds. Let's not pretend like that somehow they're protecting minors in any way, shape, or form. Like that's definitely not what's happening here. They knew about this for several years and they held on to it until it was politically convenient for them to reveal it to the world so they can attempt to shape themselves somehow as the heroes of this story where we all know that they're clearly the villains.
If Twitch really cared about the victim, why in the world did they not put this out there? And keep in mind, Twitch even takes a bigger L than he does because they paid him out of his contract. Keep in mind. And yes, they found no wrongdoing. He didn't actually sext her and all that stuff, which is the actual other really bad stuff. So,
and paying, by the way, for legal reference here, paying someone out of their contract technically
you're
means
that
that
big,
they
it's
didn't do
huge.
that guy didn't do anything to violate the term of the contract. If you there's
Right.
like in certain contracts, there is like conduct there that says that if you do like a certain thing, your contract
Right.
can be voided
Yeah.
with no fault whatsoever, right? So the
Right.
fact that they paid him out, meaning that he didn't do anything that was like so egregious, they'd be like, nope, we can't have this. You're 100%
Yeah, remember he
done.
got lawyers involved in everything, and the
Mhm.
court determined it was no wrongdoing was the official
Yeah.
ruling from the court. And it's like, what is going on here? It's like he self-admitted he did something pretty bad, which was getting inappropriate with a minor. Twitch is also at fault because they held on to this information for 4 years. And so right here, according to Slasher's report, Dr. Disrespect not only knew that he was talking to a minor, but his conversations with her got more explicit after learning her age. This is even worse, okay? Because everyone kept making up the age. Okay, so if she's actually even younger than this, that's even worse. That's actually even
Yeah.
worse. That would be something I would go, okay, Twitch, you probably made the right decision. But why in the world did you pay him out of his contract? Like, I swear, these companies just love taking L's. Remember when Warner Brothers gave J.J. Abrams $150 million to basically produce The Influence of My Dad in My Life? Zero. Remember that? Why do
Yeah.
these companies just take L's? Okay, Twitch, maybe you did something good there. Why did you pay him out? Why didn't you just fight this in court? I don't get it. Because obviously Twitch has no money because it was revealed from their CEO they haven't been profitable since forever.
So it's like I said, what is the inappropriate act that he's been convicted of here? It's like, did he send this girl a dick pic? Like, did he make like some off-brand joke like about her body or something like that? Was he trying to get somewhere and then didn't go anywhere? Then kind of backed off. Like, what actually happened here?
So this was the main snippet from the article, and this was from a person that leaked the story but said he sexted the girl, which is not true. So take this for what you will. Says, and I quote, I recall that Dr. Disrespect was made aware by the individual that they were underage during the conversation. And do you know why that's really important? Whenever you have conversations with anybody, people, either they meet you later on in life or they meet you up front, they always ask your age. I don't think I've ever been in a conversation in my life where someone's not asked my age. That is like a common thing that happens.
And there's another thing, when you talk to enough adults, you kind of get a vibe when someone you're talking to is not of like the legal age. And they start making like references that are clearly for a younger generation. That's where you kind of go, how old are you? Like,
Right,
you're
right.
talking about, yeah, when I was a kid, Spider-Man Homecoming came out. And it's like, wait,
whoa,
Wait a minute.
Whoa. After which he indicated that this was no problem and continued on. That's actually even creepier if this was true. That's actually even more disgusting that he knew and was like, you know what? I'll still do it. That's gross. That's disgusting. The former employee says there was no confusion. Messages sent after this was acknowledged were no less graphic in a sexually explicit nature than before. And I think more than the categorization of leaning too much in the direction of being inappropriate might indicate. So this person is implying they were even a little bit more sexually explicit, but that's not good. That's bad. This is terrible. So
I mean, you're just sending pic. First of all, this is a kind of like a sidestep question here, guys. Why are you putting pictures of your drunk on the internet? When has that ever gone like well for you? Like, look, I know a lot of guys do this, and I don't understand why. Because it's like, you know that in some way, shape, or form, this is going to be used against you in the court of law, right? Do you understand? Like, this is exactly like what you're doing. Because it doesn't matter like what the case is. You guys can be completely consensual, but guess what? The second that she gets upset with you at any reason whatsoever, she's got plenty of pictures of your dick that she can send around to whoever the hell she wants. And now you have to see there be Mr. Embarrassed small junk guy for the rest of your life, even though you shouldn't have done that like in the first place. So it's like, yeah, please don't. That'll be my recommendation. Just don't do it.
Right.
I mean, look, you can BS your way out of a conversation that might have had some off-color comments or some off-color jokes. You can't BS your way out of a picture of your dick being on somebody's phone. Like, you can't do that.
Nate, did you want to say anything before we start doing closing thoughts on this topic?
I mean, I feel like we've talked about this to the moon and back when it comes to this guy. I mean, I got no sympathy for him. He did this to himself. He's a grown man who did this knowing he probably shouldn't have done this, and now he's trying to save his reputation, which I mean, dude, your reputation's gone. I mean, you've been outed as a predator. You're a confirmed predator now, and there's literally nothing you can say or do that is going to make people change their minds about you. And the thing is, in a way, I feel, well, I don't feel bad because he got what he deserved. But when those DMs finally leak, and it's only a matter of time before they do. I mean, we haven't seen the last of this. This shit is only going to get much worse. It's going to get more wild. And yeah, he's on his way to being absolutely just erased from the internet forever over this shit.
Society, anything else you want to say?
Well, I think I could play this for a second because I think with the context of what's happening with Dr. Disrespect, it's probably the worst possible time that he could have gotten exposed with a story like this, as the #1 song in the entire world just so happens to be a diss track about Drake being attracted to pedophiles or being attracted to the minors. So, of course, now people are making diss tracks with said song about Dr. Disrespect. So the things are only getting superiorly worse. Here you go.
Hey, disrespecting kids up on the beat. Oh, beat those trying to pick. 40-year-old man steady acting like a freak. Age and consent, you was operating beat low. The 2-time back to back, and now we smoking on your pad. Tell me how you is a dad, but you act like me. You going on vacation because you trying to.
Oh no.
Hella inspiration with your wife got no relations. You done fucked up, got a face and sending whispers in your basement. Think your brain need a replacement. You the doctor obsessing over a kid like Mr. Crocker. Should I block her? But it's no matter as a father. You would have felt that was your daughter. Caught you where you don't belong from among us. You the imposter gaining sympathy. Just a fail. Only map you'll be designing is that of your local jail. Someone call him. Upon his scale, get in touchy with your words that I ain't talking about no braille. That's all God. Got a bulletproof vest, but you ain't ready for these shots. All these holes in your story like a fish where I cracks. You invested in SMP stocks and you cheated on your wife with that kid on Roblox. I'm thinking with your head, only thinking with your crotch. You don't use dating apps, you use the comments on TikTok. 6 where that you try to find a jet to climb up your beach side. Hey, thought you need to stop. Hey, thought you needed 7 years to own up to it. Got exposed, so now you do it. Why you have to go pursue it? Had it all and then you blew it.
So his shades and hairdo on EDP.
Oh my god.
He a freaky ass streamer, he a Twitch whisper god. Freaky ass streamer, he a Twitch whisper god. Hey, run for your life. Tell me you say Dr. D. Dr. D. Don't touch me. Dr. D. Don't touch me. Hey, okay.
Don't touch me, bitch.
Well,
great.
My closing thoughts on this are, people got to stop doing that out there. Like, imagine this was your kid and someone basically admitted that things got inappropriate with them in multiple conversations and they were underage at the time. Like, that's just disgusting no matter what it is, honestly. Like, yes, when someone is confirmed to have done that, yeah, let's kind of like, I don't know, stop not sweet for them because that's just weird. That's just disgusting and weird. Yeah. And keep in mind, still to this day, even when doing the last video on this, we don't know her actual age. The number 17 was just made up in some sort of weird Mandela effect way for people to sweep for this guy. We don't actually know. She could have been younger at the time, which would have been even worse, actually.
Yeah.
So
here's the thing. You guys, and I'm not talking about like you two on the stream, I'm talking about you guys listening to this video. You guys need to stop idolizing these people, whether they're streamers, sports stars, celebrities, politicians, whatever the case may be, because you don't know who these people are. And you don't know what they do behind closed doors. These people may be some of the most depraved, evil, sick people you've ever met in your entire life, but you're going to go to the lengths of the earth to defend this person because you like their streaming content or you like their Twitch channel or they made that one really good song that you listen to or, oh, I remember that guy from that movie that I like back in the day. Now he's a convicted pedophile. It's like, oh, that sucks. Like, stop idolizing these false prophets, these people from Hollywood, from stream, from entertainment, anyone who's propped up as a celebrity. Stop it, because you don't know anything about them. And when stuff like this does come out, then you're the one sitting there talking about, well, no, actually, based on the allegation, I think that he's still to just stop. Just stop.
Yeah, and people like the last thing I'll say is people are like, man, cry. Beg for proof. They finally get it. He self-admits the thing that he did wrong. Even if it's not as bad as what the Twitch employee said, that's still horrible. That's still really bad.
Until he comes out and proves that the whole situation wasn't nearly as bad as everyone propped it out to be with some actual evidence, I mean, he's going to be suspect in the eyes of pretty much everyone moving forward here. This is very clear here.
And he said he's taking a break, and I'm like, yeah, you might want to take that break forever. I think you're canceled on the internet. Just saying.
If you go take a break, don't come back unless you have some evidence that exonerates you, or else people the Twitch break for the next several months.
And Twitch is the garbage platform, allowing e-thoughts to run rampant on their fucking platform just to promote OnlyFans to like minors too. That's also not good.
Like I said, the timing of this is just hilarious because it's basically like when the Kendrick Lamar was going at Drake, calling him a pedophile, and Drake responds by saying, "I never had sex with Millie Bobby Brown." It's like, bro, no one even mentioned her name. It's
no
like,
one even meant to.
It's like, what the fuck?
Even that was weird.
Remember
that situation where he was like, it was confirmed he was messaging Millie Bobby Brown when she was like 16. Like, dude, that's weird.
It was even worse. Like, she was like 14, 15 at the time, and he was like 30. So it was actually way worse than that.
But remember, he's allowed to still be around and not be canceled, but Dr. Disrespect gets canceled. It's like, come on, guys, we got to keep an even playing field with that. That's weird. Why is he messaging her for?
Yeah.
But did you want? No, first of all, if you're that old,
exactly. Just simple fact: why are you a 30-year-old like messaging like a 14-year-old, right? Or having a friendship with like a 14-year-old? It's like it's not like you guys were in the Hollywood system and you worked on a television show together, so you got to know. Like that's not what we're talking about here at all. You have no interconnection like whatsoever. Like you're basically just a fan who crept into a 14-year-old girl's DMs when you were like,
it's disgusting, dude. It's actually gross. Well, thank you guys for checking out this video. If you're a returning viewer or a new viewer, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below. And make sure to hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I'm MSK, a.k.a. Master Swag King. And I'm signing out, guys. Peace.